Look at this guy has completely lost it. He just kicked through the 36th floor railing with one brutal strike, then desperately pried open a gap wide enough to squeeze through, and without a second thought he actually climbed right out, facing hundreds of feet of empty air below. Reality hit him hard and he started having second thoughts. But then he remembered that disgusting nightmare waiting for him upstairs. So the man steeled himself and stepped down onto the 35th floor railing. He couldn't afford to make a single mistake. Each time he waited until both hands had a death grip before even thinking about moving his feet. The hardest part, those smooth stone walls between floors. The building's surface had absolutely nowhere to grab onto. He had to rely purely on arm strength, feeling his way down blindly. After a grueling 30 minutes of this hell, the man miraculously made it down to the 31st floor. After catching his breath for a moment, he seemed to find his confidence again, getting impatient with the one floor at a time approach. He started doubling up trying to skip floors as he climbed down. That's when disaster struck. The man stretched his foot down to the next level, only to discover this floor had no railing at all. He frantically pulled his leg back up, using every ounce of strength he had just to climb back to safety. The man was gasping for air now, his heart pounding like a jackhammer in his chest. Once he finally caught his breath, the reality of his situation started sinking in. Going back up was impossible at this point. If he wanted to live, this was Dordia time. Once that hit him, he didn't hesitate for a second, ripped his belt right off. Gripping the railing tight, he slowly crouched down into position. With zero safety equipment whatsoever, he was about to attempt the impossible. The man wrapped his belt around the railing, using the buckle to lock it in place tight. Then clutching that belt like his life depended on it, he began lowering himself inch by inch. Soon enough he reached the bottom of his makeshift rope. Finally he gritted his teeth and let go, dropping down to the 28th floor. His body instantly went into free fall. But then, the man started swinging back and forth with everything he had, and right at the moment he released the belt, he managed to find solid ground beneath his feet. He didn't have time to celebrate though. A whole new problem just showed up. This floor didn't have a balcony. To get inside the building, he'd have to shimmy along the railing sideways. The man moved forward inch by careful inch, both hands pressed flat against the wall for dear life. When he reached the corner, he suddenly stumbled and nearly lost his footing completely. After getting his rhythm back, he kept his eyes straight ahead. Step by step he slowly made his way across the gap. After catching his breath for a few moments, the man knew he was almost home free. That just made him even more careful. First his right foot slowly reached out, then his left foot followed right behind. Before long, his feet finally touched solid ground. Victory was right there in front of him, but the man forced himself to stay calm. He reached for the glass door handle, but no matter how hard he tried, the damn thing wouldn't budge an inch. If the gentle approach wasn't working, time to get rough. Bracing himself against the wall, risking getting knocked off the building, he started kicking the door with everything he had. Finally, after all that relentless effort, the glass door exploded open with one final kick. The man dragged his exhausted body to the doorway and carefully tested the handle.